Hi, this is your boy Digital Don AV, and I'm here to talk about a recent experience that I had. I was in Texas and was invited to go check out the CMS Cabin Management Solutions private Gulfstream G550 jet, which is kind of set up with the full spread of the electronics and the systems that they offer. Kind of a showroom at 40,000 feet. So that experience was pretty awesome, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that and how I've been very intrigued with the private aerospace industry and particularly cabin technology, and also the building and revamping of planes. I'd like to learn more about it. This really fascinates me, and I'm kind of here to talk about that. So as someone who's been into high performance audio video for over 30 years, and in fact, being a high-end integrator, dealing with some of the highest profile clients out there in some of the largest homes in America, I was pretty intrigued, and I was also very impressed by what I actually saw and experienced more or less in this CMS Gulfstream plane. Going into this experience and knowing the tens and tens of millions of dollars that these planes cost, I was a little taken back in the little bit of research that I've done to see that a lot of this technology that is being installed into these planes is kind of very dated, especially when you contrast it with what people are putting into their homes. We're doing, full 4K distributed video, high resolution audio to every imaginable place, home theaters, family rooms, home automation and whatnot. So I just assumed, I guess, that all of the modern planes would have this technology or that the clientele would demand it. But doing some research, I found out that it's a kind of a tough road to actually bring new technologies to the aerospace industry. So what I experienced on the CMS plane was 4K distributed video to multiple monitors on the plane. And not just 4K distributed video, instantaneous switching of sources, anything from a Roku to an Apple TV to plugging a phone in, whatever source that you would choose, that is then taken and then distributed out through a matrix to whatever monitors. In fact, you could even do different sources on different monitors. I was really shocked to see how fast and how crystal clear this was. In fact, it's as good as any system I've ever used in any home or commercial project or studio in my entire career. And something that's even more dear to my heart, as you can see from the speaker behind me, is I'm really into high resolution audio. With the streaming services like Qobuz, now you can have better than CD quality sound anywhere. You can have it in your car, your headphones, and you can have it in your home. Well, what I got to experience in this CMS built plane in this Gulfstream was true high resolution distributed audio that could be played on one zone of the plane. For instance, you could go in the back, shut the door, put on a video game, put on music, whatever you wanted to do, and you've got this high resolution sound. Or that same sound could be played on the entire plane at once. So you guys were having a grand time at 40,000 feet and jamming out, the whole plane could be rocking. Or you could have individual zones, so somebody could be in one area as long as the areas aren't too loud to compete. I thought that was really cool. And they also had bespoke speakers that they specifically built. Now, again, further investigation, and this is a journey for me, I'm finding that the FAA process, the process of designing, testing, implementing these technologies to the aerospace industry are not an easy task. I know I was talking to the guys at CMS, and they've told me they've invested well over $30 million to bring this product to the market. This was all kind of spawned with meeting the president of CMS, Troy Michaels, who I met several years ago and is a former brother integrator like myself doing ultra high-end homes. Somehow he got put into this industry and saw a need for more advanced technology, and what he was telling me is this is where all this came from. So I hope to fly on the plane and get to experience it in flight, and I'm also hoping to get an invite, they've mentioned it to me, out to the CMS factory out in San Antonio, Texas, because I like to see the behind the scenes, how things are made, how they're built, how they're engineered, meet the team. This helps me get a more holistic understanding of companies and brands and products, and that way I can better serve my audience and you guys out there. One of the things that I'm going to contact is several MROs, maintenance, repair, and overhaul integrators, which basically are FAA authorized to take planes, which I believe every so many years have to go in and do a full overhaul. Thank goodness. And then that time I've also been told and slightly experienced that these companies actually upgrade these planes. So I'm a little curious to learn more about the mechanics and the avionics. And I know it's not audio video, but just holistically, I find it fascinating. I think you might find it fascinating what transpires and happens to these planes, but also wiring paths, how they wire it, what they do. So I'm going to reach out to several companies out there, and I'll put a list of companies down that I'm interested in talking to, and maybe I can get an invite out, shoot some video, get to know the people, and kind of see what they're doing. Also, another aspect of it, that's something we did as home integrators, is interior design. When you're a high-end integrator for custom homes and offices and so forth, you have to work with high-end interior designers, and they're very talented bunch. Let me just say, that's something that we've kind of rubbed off on us in the electronics industry. We've rubbed off on them a little bit. And I've seen some amazing, I mean, absolutely stunning interiors on some of these planes, and on LinkedIn, and found some interior plane designers that I'd like to meet, have a conversation with, maybe one day get to experience one of their interiors, and maybe do a little bit of filming. So that's another aspect that I wish to cover on my journey to try to bring this industry out to you guys. And of course, now it comes back to other companies who are like CMS, building the technology and electronics that are going into planes. I would like to reach out to several of them, and I'll put a list below of different companies that I'm interested in talking to. Again, I'd like to do the same thing, experience their technology on a plane, maybe go to their factory, their facilities, talk to the people, the engineers, just to see what their scoop is and what they're doing or trying to innovate, or what they're working on next for this aviation aerospace cabin technology. So I'm going to try to take a real holistic approach to this, and get all my audience and people out there that just curious about it, a little bit of information on it, and really have a little bit of fun while I'm doing it. So some of the companies I'm going to reach out to, which are MROs, as discussed, are Duncan Aviation, Jet Aviation, Gamma Aviation, whatever other companies are out there doing this MRO, maintenance, repair, and overhaul. Let's get in touch and talk. Interior specialists, companies like Greenpoint Technologies, Comlux, and several more are out there that I'm going to reach out to. And as far as equipment manufacturers, Alto Aviation, DPI Labs, Collins Aerospace, Innovative Advantage, Rosen Aviation, Astronics, Heads Up Technologies, and Nargoyle Aerospace. So if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. I could certainly use it. And any feedback and comments would be exceptional. Any ideas you have, anything that you might like to see that I might be able to cover, man, I'm your guy. So I'm just looking forward to exploring this industry in general. And next time, as soon as I get something solid, I'll put it out to you guys. Thank you very much.